Hello, my name is Jonathan Carrillo, and this is my video guide on how to make a Chinese dragon puppet. This craft is fairly easy for students to understand as long as you're following these instructions very clearly. To begin, you're going to want to grab a piece of construction paper. You're going to want to have the outline that I created. The reason that we have to follow an outline is because if we let students draw their own dragons, they usually stray away from the depictions that the Chinese had on dragons. We want to keep these authentic to the Chinese culture. So what we have here is just a regular white, nicely thick construction paper with our dragon outline. First step is to write your name on the top corner of the paper, along with the teacher's name. This is going to make sure we know whose dragon is whose. To begin, students will first need to customize their dragon with a regular pencil. Any pencil works here, and here I'm using a regular number 2 pencil. It's important that they start off with pencils, that way if any mistakes are made, they can be erased no problem, and it will make next steps much easier. Students are free to create any dragon design they can think of, using inspiration from traditional Chinese dragon designs. Students should be encouraged to really think about the designs and have in mind Chinese beliefs. Here, I play with some imagery, incorporating different designs, symbols, and dragon characteristics. Students are really free to get creative in this process, but then again, they still need to take in mind Chinese culture. Students shouldn't take too long on this part, but they're encouraged to work quickly and effectively. The sketches should not be perfect. After students are done with their initial sketch, they will need to grab a black marker. Black Sharpies usually work best for this part. Here I have a black slim Sharpie. For this step, just carefully go over what was drawn in pencil with the Sharpie. All they're doing here is going over what they already have, so it shouldn't take too long. But they should still take their time for this part. After we have our design completely gone over with Sharpie, we can move over to the next step. For this step, all you're going to have to do is grab a large eraser and start erasing with the pencil markings that you have underneath the Sharpie. This is an extra detail that I want students to get in the habit of doing because it makes the work look 100% more clean. After we're done removing all the markings, it's time to move on to our next step. In this step, we will be coloring our design. This step is important to bring life to our dragon. What we have here is just a simple alcohol marker. Any type of marker is fine when coloring, but I find that alcohol markers apply better to the construction paper. If students would like to use a crayon or colored pencils, that is fine as well. We just want the entire dragon to be filled with color. One important thing when keeping in mind selecting colors is that we want to tie our colors back to Chinese beliefs. Thinking about what certain colors represent in Chinese culture is important. Here, students are really able to get creative with the designs. Once students are done coloring, they should have completed dragon on their construction paper. And with that, that concludes part 1 of our Chinese dragon puppet craft. Check in with part 2 when we'll be going over how to cut and how to assemble our dragon puppet.